Hi, I'm Duane, and I've been positive since 1988, and a survivor of this pandemic. Pandemic. I'm sorry. Oldest out of 5 boys, the only one that's gay. I never thought I'd ever still be living here to tell this story, and I'm glad I'm here. I remember when I came out in 1975, right after I got out of high school, I heard this song by the Village People, and it was called San Francisco. And in the beginning of the song, it says, Folsom, which Folsom Street, on the way to Polk and Castro. And so I remember being in high school, wondering if anything like this would ever exist in my life. And when I had my car, my Volkswagen, I filled up the tank and went to San Francisco and found these streets. And boy, what an eyeful. Kind of a little intimidating, but I said this is what I always wanted. Something to express myself with, because I always had an attraction to boys to begin with. I went to an all-boys school, all-boys high school. And the best subject at school was PE, because the locker room. Well, my first year of college, I decided to be myself and find what this was all about. And I'm glad I did. I found myself. I got the chance to be me without being pretentious, without being anything but myself, because I had to learn it all on my own. And no one to be there except for my mom. And I let her know what I was all about. I remember the time I told her I was gay, and I was drunk one night, underage drunk, and went into her bedroom, still living at home at the time when I was 18, 19, and told her, Mom, I don't like lying to you, so I've got to tell you this, I go to bed with men. She goes, oh, Duane, go to bed, you're just drunk. So that's how she took it, and she never asked me any questions after that. Until, she told me stories of her bosses that she worked for that were hit by this virus, and they were dying before she even knew that I was. And I used to hang out in the Castro with all my friends that I met at this bar called Badlands, because I used to shoot pool. And that was another story. Great story to be with all these other fellows that were just like me, having a good time, drinking, playing pool, until I decided to find out if I was, had the nerve to find out and get myself tested. Well, I did, and came up positive. So I don't know exactly when I became positive. I just know when I did find out, it was more of a relief, because I kind of gave myself the benefit of the doubt that I already was. So in order to find out, I found out, and then I took it on from there. So 1988, after 1988, I started getting the certain symptoms of, night sweats, diarrhea, shingles even. And I thought, boy, how long do I have to live now? Well, I was staying with my mom at the time when she moved to San Francisco. And that was 1988. And right before the earthquake of 1989, Loma Prieta earthquake. And she was the manager of the building I lived in. And I was wondering, I hope I could move in that building one day, because it was a cute building in the inner Richmond. And one day she said, after the earthquake, that there was an apartment opening because one of the tenants did not want to stay there anymore. He moved back to Los Angeles because he was scared to death that San Francisco was going to fall into the ocean. My mom worked for a couple of other employers that were gay as a bookkeeper, and they were interior designers south of Market. And I remember one day she told me that, would you like to come with me to a wake because my boss had passed away, and I said, I was obliged. I want to be there for her. And we went. And it was very, very somber because that was my mom's first time that she had dealt with it all. Well, I remember back in the, I guess, 90s, they were giving out these buttons, and it was called "Be Here for the Cure." And I gave the button to her. And I lost my mom back in 2000. And I remember before she died, I told her I was going to move back to San Francisco because I had moved her back to Vallejo to be with the family before she died, so she could enjoy the rest of her life with the family. And she told me, "Please, son, if be here for the cure." Well, I had a partner who had to take like 300 something pills a month for his HIV. He also had Kaposi sarcoma, and I had to take care of him. I watched him die, but I was so scared of taking any of that. I just didn't want to end up like him, and I didn't start taking my pills till at least 5-6 years ago. And I'm glad I had started the regimen of a triple, the 1 pill a day. And then I started getting involved with crystal meth. And I remember the times forgetting about taking my pill. Well, drugs will definitely make you irresponsible for anything. And I got off the speed and got back in taking the meds. Well, I messed up my regimen of a triple, and I got into taking the 3 pills, Rayataz, Norvir, I think, and I forgot the other one. But anyway, 3-pill regimen, and I've been on that for at least 4 years now, and I'm undetectable. So that has helped me able to still be here to tell you this story. I'm so glad that something like that has happened in order for us to stay alive and to be a survivor of this terrible disease. Thank you for letting me share my story.